Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Ken Redmond Stadium and Joe Patterson Field here on the campus of Donaldson Christian Academy for this non-region bout between the Mount Pleasant Tigers and the Donaldson Christian Academy Wildcats. My name is Mike Lyle. I'm here with Seth Campbell, and it's a beautiful, beautiful night for football on a really nice facility here, Seth. We've been really impressed in the time we've been here setting up.
Oh yeah, it's very nice. There's been some money invested in this area. We got a beautiful field, beautiful campus, beautiful facilities, and Mount Pleasant's happy to be here. And we're hoping to come in here and snatch a win and go home with that W.
Yeah, just a few years ago, this whole place was underwater.
Yeah,
those 2010 floods. I say a few years ago. It's been almost 14 years ago now, but. They've really been able to rebuild this place, and it's a really nice facility. Both teams coming into this game are 5-1, Seth, and it's going to be a test for us to come back off of that big and disappointing loss to Lewis County last week in the rain and stuff of Francine. A tough game, a really tough game, and we lost by a 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
And just really never could get our offense untracked. That was really the deal. The defense did well enough to win. They have been doing all year long. They kept us in the game, but we just never could get the offense going last week, and it was a tough loss. Unfortunately, it was a region loss as well. So it kind of puts us under the gun going into the last 3 games after this one.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity tonight to bounce back, though. I mean, We're headed into fall break next week. No game next Friday. So you would think maybe this is not as important, being not a district or region game or anything like that. But headed into that bye week is important to get that W. So we'll take a week off.
Get that bad taste out. Yeah, get that bad taste out of your mouth, because you're not going to have another game next week to kind of wash it out.
And we had the opportunities against Lewis County. The opportunities were there. We didn't execute necessarily.
Right. Just couldn't get like you said, just couldn't get the offense untracked and stuff. So out on the field, our captains for Mount Pleasant, number 26, Damani Ferris, number 74, Braxton Brady, number 57. That's Micah Hodison, and 51 is Derek Ridenauer. DCA comes into this game, like I said, 5-1. Their only loss is to a team we're all familiar with in Mount Pleasant.
Oh yeah,
they lost to CA.
Yeah,
and a couple of weeks ago, but they're coming off a big win against Mount Juliet Christian, 44-0. Now Mount Juliet Christian historically has not been a very powerful team, but they're coming on. They're coming on with some momentum. And let's see, it looks like that Donaldson Christian won the toss. No, okay.
We're receiving.
We're receiving the ball, whether we won the toss or not. But Mount Pleasant's going to be going from our right to left. We're over here in the visitors' bleachers, very similar to our setup that we had in Summertown.
A little bit nicer.
Much nicer.
A little bit nicer. The accommodations are a little bit nicer.
Much nicer, and we're not going to be fighting with the band this time around.
No, beautiful night, too. We really couldn't have a better evening.
But both teams really looking for a good game going into this next week. Like I said, coming off, Mount Pleasant's wanting to come off that loss last week, wanting to get some good momentum going into this break. Again, it's a non-district game or a non-region game, so it doesn't go directly against our region, but it is important for the tiebreaker.
Yes.
And that's going to be the important thing, because there's probably going to be a tie. And as you can see, Donaldson Christian's invested in these LED lights that do a lot of flashing and dashing, and it's not like when you and I played, it took 20 minutes to turn a light on.
No, yeah, they had to warm up. Yeah, they had to warm up back in the day. But now if you go to a major, college pro night game, they score a touchdown, you see the flashing.
And I would anticipate if
it's pretty cool.
If DCA scores, we're going to see something similar to that. But looking forward to getting this game rolling. We're going to see we've had a couple of key people that have been injured. It's going to be interesting to see Connor Scher is going to have to pull double duty tonight. Not only is he going to be nose guard, but he's going to be turning around and playing center.
Yeah,
on offense. So I'm sure there's going to be a rotation involved somewhere in that regard.
I had the opportunity to chat with him a little about it. He's ready for it. I said that that's doubling the workload on you, boss, and he's ready for it. He said he's good at center. He welcomes the opportunity to play center, and he's going to show that off tonight. So we'll see how that works.
Back for Mount Pleasant, number 4, J.P. Easterling is in the middle. And let's see, looks like number 1, Jaden McClure on one side, and 22, I believe, Carter Dunn on the other side. Referee is giving the whistle.
It's go time.
And we'll be underway here shortly.
Couldn't ask for a better night.
Little short kick goes out of bounds quick. In fact, that went out of bounds at about the 40-yard line of Mount Pleasant. So my guess is now, from the way they've been enforcing this, is that where it goes out of bounds, and then they count off another 5-yard penalty after that. Looks like Coach Hartsfield's going to elect to make him kick it again.
That looked purposeful, Coach. He aimed for the sideline of that. I saw him in warm-ups, and he has a pretty good leg on him, so that looked like that was on purpose.
I have a feeling he's trying to keep it away from our return men, probably intended to pooch that and hit more of a line drive shot.
Now they backed it up.
So backed it up, and we're going to try again, this time from the 35 instead of the 40.
McClure's right there on the 20, basically. Let's see what. Get a pop play. Come on. Nope.
And a squib kick on the ground. And covered there by Jakari McClure. Doing a good job getting control of it. I think was that 28?
I saw number 1.
Not Jakari, excuse me. That was Hunter Holt, I believe, that recovered that. So anyway, 1st and 10 at the Mount Pleasant 35-yard line.
Let's see those center exchanges tonight. When you have a new center, sometimes things can be a little.
Well, it's not as problematic when they're going out of the shotgun as it is when they're under center. Short motion with McClure and a handoff. Bobbles the handoff, and there's a lot of penetration there quick. Stop for a loss on the play, so it's going to be 2nd and 12. Again, not a very auspicious start there. Looks like the timing was just a little bit off on the motion. Got 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Got Evan Plunkett, hands up straight up the middle, and met by 2 DCA Wildcats. Number 12, Dominic Davis. It's the first one to hit him.
Picked up a couple.
Maybe that was number 42. These lights, just a little bit of a shadow from this angle. So that's 42 there that made that first hit, and that's not on my roster. All right, 3rd and 10. And another one of those pre-snap penalties. Evidently somebody moved in the interior line, trying to get their feet set. So now it's going to make it 3rd and 15.
I'm replaying it right now, Mike, to try to see. I didn't see who moved, and we're replaying it just to see if we could see the flinch. Yeah, looks like left guard. Left guard.
Okay, 3rd and 15. You got 3 receivers to the right. Straight drop back. Receives in the middle and tries to get to Jaden McClure, and just a little bit high to Jaden. Had him open there for just a minute. If he'd gotten the ball down just a little bit, would have had the distance for the first down. So On the first series, Mount Pleasant goes 3 and out. They're going to have to punt now, 4th and 15 with 10 minutes and 27 seconds left in the first quarter. Number 22, Grayson Scraggs, goes back for DCA. Ooh, high snap.
Good
Case
snag. Good snag.
Gets a good job and gets a big roll there for Mount Pleasant.
Roll on, ball. Roll on.
And gets the punt down to about the 28-yard line, 28, 29-yard line. DCA probably, let's see, that's about a 35, 40-yard punt off of a high snap right there. So good job getting that off. And now we're going to see what DCA has. Number 2, you'll notice he's head and shoulders taller than everybody else. From what I gather, he is supposed to be a D1 prospect.
Yeah, he looks the part, that's for sure.
Slot left eye. Off tackle to the right and gets a little bit of a seam. Gets about 5 yards.
Good tackle.
Brought down there by one of the safeties. Number 28, Hunter Holt. So 2nd and about 6, actually. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right, and shotgun now. Fake the handoff, a little quick screen out there, and he gets around, breaks containment outside, and gets the first down. Had a man in his face right there, but he wasn't able to get him down. That was number 2, Carson Sneed.
Yeah, he shed the blocker. He had the opportunity to stop him right there at the line of scrimmage, and he just couldn't do it. He whiffed, but.
So that's one of the things we're going to have to be able to do is tackle extremely well. So the 1st and 10, DCA at their own 42-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Handoff straight up the middle, and there's nothing there. Big Connor Sher plugs up the line, gets a lot of help from the whole defensive front for Mount Pleasant. They're going to be a little bit generous there and give him about 1.5 yards, so it's going to be 2nd and 9. Again, 2 receivers right, shotgun, fullback offset to the right, tailback next to the quarterback. Straight drop back. They got a man deep, but they choose to go short and get the first down. Boy, they had number 2 deep down the middle, and I'm sure their coaches are going to notice that. But the reception there by number 25 is Aiden Lupke for DCA, gives them a first down at the Mount Pleasant 46-yard line.
He was able just to get out there, find some space. I mean, it looked real easy.
Yeah, we give this quarterback time, he's going to cause us problems. 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver left. Handoff going back into the right on a semi-draw, a delayed handoff. Had a huge running lane right there, and gets at least 10 yards, gets another first down, and DCA is moving and line up quickly here off of that first down play. He says on the move here from their 29-yard line. 1st and 10. Quick hitch out to the slot back. And Easterling chases him out of bounds on the far side. But not after he's made a gain of about 8 yards. We're going to have to come up quicker on that hitch. At the same time, though, we can't be too quick and let them hitch and go. It's a fine line to draw right there.
I think this tempo might be giving us a little bit of fits,
a little bit of tough. 1st and 10. Handoff to the right. And he's met near the line of scrimmage there by Evan Plunkett. But again, a good gain of about 4 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 6. DCA is just methodically moving down the field right now, and Mount Pleasant defense is having a hard time making a big play to stop them. Quarterback fakes it to the right and keeps it going left.
Not much
Not
there.
fooled right there.
I was fooled. I thought it was to the running back.
And Braxton Brady made the tackle from his defensive tackle or defensive end position right there. Stayed at home. Seth, you teach, when you see flow going away, if you're at the backside, you kind of wait and see if there's any Hillmans coming back. Braxton did a really good job staying home right there, making the play on the quarterback. 3rd and about 5. Two receivers right. And a little bit of a flinch right there by the left guard for DCA. So that's going to
back him up a little bit.
Going to back him up. It's going to make it 3rd and long. There's the break that our defense needed.
Yeah. A couple good stops, then a penalty that we'll take it.
So it's going to be 3rd and about 11 at the Mount Pleasant 28-yard line. Again, another beautiful night for football here in Donaldson. Play action pass, straight drop backs, got time, gets out in the flats to number 40 and makes the tackle. It's going to be close to the first down. Don't know if he got enough right there. That was to Trace Smith, the receiver for DCA on that.
4th and 5, Coach.
Tackle was by Jalen Smith, excuse me. 4th and about 2. They're going to go for it here. First big chance to get a big momentum shift here for the defense. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Motion to the left. Rolling out to the left, looking for number 2, and he breaks in front of him.
Did he get that?
And an interception.
Heck of a play.
Great job on the break. And that was number 22, Carter Dunn, that broke up in front of that play.
Let's take another look at it, Mike. We were reading that all the way. I don't think there was anything there. He saw that there was nothing there. He tried to force it in at the last second, and there just wasn't anything there. Carter steps right in front of it. Boom, interception, Mount Pleasant ball.
Great job on Carter Dunn's part right there. So now it's going to be 1st and 10, Mount Pleasant coming out. Defense again rises up. Makes a stop.
Yeah, they were matriculating with ease there for a while, Coach. And come on, we got to move the ball.
And quick slant attempt to Jakari McClure right there. Had him open there. Had a step on the defender. Just a little bit low, and Jakari just didn't watch it in. It wasn't that bad of a pass right there.
Did it hit him in the hand? It looked like it hit him in the hands.
Hit him about knee high at the hands, and I think Jakari was trying to get that extra step, trying to take off and get, because he saw a seam right there. If he could have broken one tackle, he'd have been off to the races.
We got to have some plays. Playmakers have to make plays tonight. If we want to win this game, playmakers have to make these plays.
Yeah, we're going to. Again, as we noticed there, Donaldson's offense is pretty effective, so we need to keep the ball and have some extended drives. Handoff up the middle.
That looks like
That's Plunkett or Parrish. I believe it was Parrish.
A little bit shorter than Plunkett.
Yeah. Brings up 3rd and about 9. At the Mount Pleasant 13, 14-yard line with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the first quarter. 3 receivers to the left. Straight drop back. He's got a man looking down the middle, and a deep pass tackled by Jalen McClure. There wasn't anybody out. I don't know who he was throwing to, because he threw it behind the post and just really didn't have it anywhere close to any one of the receivers.
That looked like one of those old prayer balls. You just throw it as high as you can and hope your guy gets under it. That didn't have any direction to it. God love him. That wasn't a great throw.
Really wasn't. And he threw into double coverage. So, again, wasn't, like you said, wasn't a really smart throw on that one, but kind of effective punt.
Punted on third down.
Unfortunately, it was a short punt is the problem.
The way Case has been
1st and 10,
kicking it, yeah.
1st and 10, Mount Pleasant 45 for DCA. 2 receivers both ways.
Come on, defense.
Number 10, Mitchell carries the quarterback, gives to number 13, off tackle to the left, gets a seam, bounces off a couple of tacklers right there. Brought down by Hunter Holt for the Mount Pleasant Tigers. Unfortunately, though, if our safety is the ones making the tackles and running plays, that's not a real good situation.
No, they're getting to that extra level, and, I saw some D linemen sprawled out there where they just couldn't get to them.
Brings up 2nd and 2. Got 4 minutes and 30 seconds and counting. 3 receivers to the left, or 4 receivers now. They shift back over and even it out. Motion and a little quick pitch to number 22. Turns the corner. Doesn't get outside, but he turns the corner real quick and is brought down at about the Mount Pleasant 23, 24-yard line. Another first down for DCA right there.
And their number 2, that tight end, was giving our guy the business over here. He was able to effectively block him, and we'll leave it at that.
1st and 10, DCA, 2 receivers to the right. Deep set eye, offset, fullback offset. Handoff going to the left. And he got a little bit of a seam, but he got a good push by the left side of his line. That's number 13, King Gardner, running the ball for DCA. Wasn't able to catch the number who made the tackle out there.
2nd and 6.
So it's going to be gain of 4, 2nd and 6 at about the 21-yard line. 2 receivers both ways for DCA. And a handoff to the right side, off tackle, and has a good running lane. And right now, Seth, the DCA offensive line is having their way.
Yeah, there's some lanes coming wide open. They're just able to push us out of the way early on here. We got to make some adjustments and hang in this game. Fortunate on the first drive, a penalty followed by a pick. But
1st and 10, DCA, ball on the 11.
It's go time.
Mount Pleasant 11. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Quick hitch out here to number 2.
Shoot.
And gets a little bit of a seam. Split in, did a pretty good job blocking Jalen Smith right there. Wasn't McClure, Jalen Smith. He has got to maintain his outside leverage, because if that guy gets outside, there's really nobody left out there.
Yeah, I'm sure they've keyed on him too, because he's clearly a weapon.
So, 2nd down and 1 at the 2-yard line. DCA knocking on the door here with about 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Handoff straight up the middle and doesn't get in yet. Met about a yard deep in the backfield, but he was able to slide forward a little bit.
He was popped quick.
Just a little bit short. Defense making it tough on. It's going to be second. Well, it looks like it's going to be 3rd and 1. They did not get the first down right there. So 3rd and about a half a yard, according to the yardsticks.
Well, they flagged him, Coach.
Oh, okay.
Didn't see that.
I didn't see that flag either. So now it's going to be 2nd down again, but now it's 2nd and about 7.
I didn't hear the whistle either.
Back at the 7. I think it wasn't a false start, because they would have stopped that. I think it was possibly an illegal shift or an illegal formation. Handoff to number 13 on the left, and he slides through and is able to walk into the end zone. And like we said, there's the flashing lights. Number 13, King Gardner, scores off of DCA's left side right there.
Yeah, he was able to find some pretty nice gaps throughout that drive and slashed us there at the end and picked up an easy touchdown for Donaldson Christian.
They're spreading their defense out. That's a little bit different than what the other teams have done. They've tried to pack us in and tried to bulldoze us. Extra point goes up, and it's good. So with 1 minute and 32 seconds left in the first quarter, DCA goes up on Mount Pleasant 7-0. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network. We'll be right back after these messages.
Office space available in beautiful downtown Columbia. Kennedy Broadcasting Company, WKRM and WKOM, has 3 offices for rent in its downtown building. Each office is approximately 18 by 18, and each includes a closet-type storage area. Included are utilities, Wi-Fi, and communal break area. Contact Station Manager Clayton Harris at 931-626-3131.
Shoot. Okay.
And we're back.
I'm kind of at an angle tonight for our listeners. I'm kind of at an angle, and we're trying our best. But it's a pretty nice.
A little bit different setup here. We're usually, instead of sitting right next to each other, where both of us can see the screen, Seth's having to play the screen by himself, and I'm just calling what I see out here on the field. And
you guys probably hear we're not too far from the international airport either. We have it to add to the aura of a Friday night.
JP Easterling deep in the middle. And again, they squib it down on the ground, and we cover it. What they're trying to do there is hit one of the up guys, one of the blockers up right there. Number 53 for Mount Pleasant, Carson Howell, covered the ball.
And the good news is it gives us excellent field position, but the bad news is our offense isn't able to move the ball lately. So we have to find something out there to get this offense.
And sooner or later, that ball's going to take a crazy hop, and that's what DCA is counting on.
Yeah.
They keep doing that.
We got stoppage and play.
And okay,
I'm not sure. Oh, they want him out. I think his shoulder pad is hanging out, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know what. They're saying something.
They pulled him.
Something's wrong with his. Okay, straight drop back. Right looks, throws, and hit just as he lets go of the ball. And the ball falls down harmlessly. Number 58 for DCA. Excuse me, number 52. For DCA.
I'm going to take a quick look at it while you're talking.
Again, these numbers, the roster we have for DCA is all mixed up.
Coach, the D tackle just kind of pushed his offensive lineman out of the way and was able to get to John Michael and lay some good pop on him.
Three receivers to the right. Running back, handoff. Going to the left, and there's nothing there. Met in the backfield by number 62, Landon Morrow for DCA. And again, we find ourselves in a 3rd and long. 3rd down and 11. The ball is at the Mount Pleasant 39-yard line with 55 seconds left here in the first quarter. Not the start we were hoping to get against DCA here.
No, the pass game hasn't worked, and the run game is all stopped up too. So let's see what we got in store. 3rd down.
Short roll to the right is a quick hitch out to the right side, and it's missed. Intended for Carter Dunn. Wasn't able to make the connection, so now that stops the clock with 42.5 seconds left here in the first quarter. Brings up 4th and 11 again. Just can't seem to get ourselves untracked right now. We just seem to be sputtering offensively. And the defense, they've been able to get some pretty big gashes in us. And a fair catch by Grayson Scragg. DCA puts the ball at the DCA 37-yard line. Looked like they were coming off Mount Pleasant's right side. Looks like they were trying to rush, trying to get a block. Braden Case was able to get it off. See if the defense here can stymie this drive here.
We're missing someone out there.
Okay, Coach Coach Hartsfield's going to have to call a timeout because
we only had 10 men out there.
Only had 10 men. And this is part of the situation. The defense is so used to having Connor out there at nose guard, and he's having to rotate a little bit so he can make it through the whole game playing both ways. And they didn't have a nose guard right there.
Yeah, they were looking for
signal.
Young Paxton Williams, a Mount Pleasant freshman, and he was a little late to the field on that one. He got out there just a little bit late, so we used a timeout. Let's get our ducks in a row, so to speak, and let's get a stop here because – I mean, they put it to us in this first quarter, but that doesn't mean we can't win the second quarter and so on. So we got to come up with a stop and find something to pop a play on offense because right now I think we're probably sitting at negative yards. And we just have to find some space somewhere and get a playmaker on the edge, a little space to roam.
Yeah, seems like we've come out a little bit timid up front, and that's an unusual situation for us.
Yeah. I mean we've gone to get some big lines, some big players this year, and
usually size isn't something that worries them. We're about equal in size as far as physical size.
Absolutely.
So 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line for DCA. Handoff to the right side, and number 51, Ridenauer, wasn't quite there. Had a good angle at him, just couldn't quite get to him. Had King Gardner carrying the ball, and he gets a good gain off of the right side. And that will do it. They're going to let it count down here. So that's going to be the end of the first quarter with DCA leading Mount Pleasant 7-0. You're listening to the Kennedy Broadcasting System. We'll be right back after these messages.
Are you tired of living with neuropathy? If you're living with pain and numbness in your feet, then you understand that most treatments only target the symptoms of your neuropathy. At the Dr. Gill Center, our customized therapies target the underlying causes of neuropathy, promoting healing and helping to restore function. Are you ready to say goodbye to pain and limitations of neuropathy and hello to a brighter, pain-free future? Call 615-794-0800 and ask about our $49 special. Take the first step. Start living pain-free with Dr. Gill Center. Call me painfree.com.
And we're here for the beginning of the second quarter between DCA and Mount Pleasant. DCA has the ball 2nd and 5 at their 42-yard line. Handoff again to King. Ooh. And good solid hit. You're going to need to make sure he wraps him up because he might jump over that next time around. Jaden McClure makes the tackle right there for Mount Pleasant, and it's going to be 3rd and 1. For DCA. 2 receivers here to the left, and with number 2 in the slot, I would strongly anticipate some kind of hitch out here to him.
Run play.
And running play.
He got it.
And he's got seam. Finally brought down by number 22, Carter Dunn, after getting carried for about 10 yards right there after he hit him. We were all paying attention to number 2, including me, and they took advantage of that and ran off the left side. The DCA's left side be our defensive right side. And right now, we just don't have an answer for their line.
No, and I mean, every run's getting to the 2nd, the 3rd level, and they're just kind of blowing us off the ball a little bit. Good effort there by Carter to ride them down. I mean,
2 receivers to the right, 1st and 10 at the Mount Pleasant.
That's going to be on us.
Yep. Got a little bit anxious right there. Taylon Russell trying to shoot a gap right there to make something happen.
Hey, I like the aggression though. I mean, he's firing. He's trying to fire off, maybe get him amped up a little bit on the defensive side of the ball and make a play. You know, good for our senior.
Now, DCA is not needing any help.
No. I mean, I hate the conclusion of the play, but I like the thought behind it. At least Talem, a senior here at Mount Pleasant, is giving it all he's got.
So now it's 1st and 5 at the Mount Pleasant 31-yard line. 3 receivers to the left. Single set running back next to the quarterback. Mitchell Carey quarterbacking for DCA.
It's like Coach Hartsfield's trying to get his defense lined up properly right now.
The referees are holding up play for some reason. Not real sure what the situation is. Which is giving us a chance to get our adjustments to this trip set.
I don't know what it is. This is kind of lengthy for though.
Yeah, it seems like possible. It almost seems like it may be the play clock is messed up, which these play clocks this year, we've had trouble all year long with ours in Mount Pleasant. And just about everywhere we go, either doesn't have one or it's messed up.
Well, there's nothing wrong with the white hat keeping time back there.
Well, actually, it's going to be the back judge on the other side that keeps the time, so the quarterback can see. So the quarterback can see the signals.
Hand signal.
Yeah,
but I mean, if it's not working, just do it. I don't know why. What's the hold up?
Well, it looks like the clocks are working here. I don't know what the problem was. Okay, they even up. Handoff.
Flag.
King to the right. And gets hit. But they don't wrap up. No. They don't finish wrapping up. They get a good hit, and he escapes.
I think it's coming back, Coach. I think it's coming back. I think they lined up illegally over here.
I think there was an illegal shift right there, because it looked like to me the tight end had his hand down on the ground and then got up and shifted all the way around, and I don't know that he's allowed to do that.
The side judge over here threw the flag instantly.
So, yeah, it was an illegal shift right there. So that play's going to come back, but boy, that's a scary situation. We had him at the line of scrimmage and let him escape.
You've been preaching it for a while now that you just can't go up for the pop. You're gonna have to wrap up and take him down.
Yeah, he's not a real big young man, but he's quick, he's fast, and it's hard to get your shoulder pads on him, and so a roll block tackle is not going to get it done.
And he's keeping those feet moving even after contact. I mean, that's how he drove one of our best hitters, Carter Dunn, another extra few yards because he's just keeping those legs going.
Referees are discussing things right now. I have a feeling there was an error made, and I think what they're trying to figure out is what to do about it.
Are they saying touchdown? You might see
he's holding.
They're waving it off.
They're waving it off, and they're going to call it touchdown. I think what he called was the tight end had his hand down, and when he shifted over, but it's only the interior lineman that once their hand is down. So, with 10 minutes and 19 seconds left in the half, DCA goes up 13-0 with the extra point pending. You get another look at that, Seth?
Oh, no, sir.
Okay.
Did not think that was going to be as consequential as it was.
And kick goes up, and it's good. Like I said, with 10:19 left in the half, it is now DCA 14, Mount Pleasant 0. You listen to the Kennedy Broadcasting Network. We'll be right back after these messages.
This is Hal Landers, owner of Landers Insurance Agency. We are an independent agency representing the famous Erie Insurance Group. Landers Insurance Agency has been committed to providing great rates and great service since 2002. Whether it's home and auto or business or life insurance, we've got you covered. 24/7 in-house claim service, we've got that too. Visit Landers Insurance at 514 North Garden Street, Columbia. Call us at 931-380-2003. Our website is landersinsuranceagency.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Welcome back to Ken Redmond Stadium and Joe Patterson Field here on the campus of Donaldson Christian Academy. DCA has just gone up on Mount Pleasant 14-0 on another methodical drive and scored from about 25 yards out on a basic off-tackle play that we had the play stopped and did not wrap the young man up. Number 13, King Gardner, was able to slip through a couple of tackles, and we just kind of looked like we had him, and I think most of the defense stopped right there instead of finishing their pursuit.
Yeah, had difficulty seeing it in the mass of people, but it did look like we had him. I thought even a fumble.
And this time he's got a seam up into the return right there, trying to see who caught that ball. They had a little pooch kick, and one of their upbacks caught it, decided not to do a fair catch.
Number 28.
That was Hunter Holt, excuse me. Hunter Holt did a good job right there finding a quick little seam and gives Mount Pleasant really good field position at the DCA 45-yard line. Let's see if we can make something happen here with it.
Hunter, sophomore there at Mount Pleasant. He's seen more playing time as this year's gone on, showing something to the coaching staff.
We got 3 receivers to the left.
What could this be?
And
he's giving a talking to the.
He's telling. Evidently, there's a uniform issue. I don't know what the uniform issue is. These guys being really tight on the uniform.
Back us up 5.
Mix up now with
something with his gloves or a wristband or something,
yeah.
Coach.
Brought in Evan Plunkett right there. Don't know what they're calling. There's something about the uniforms that these referees are calling. It's the first time all year we've had an issue with that.
Hey, look, he ripped something off his left wrist and went back in the game. Don't know what it was.
All right, J.P. Easterling at quarterback now.
What? Oh, my goodness.
Looks like excuse me. Braden Parrish next to him. Fakes the handoff on the jet and goes up the middle and gets good yardage. Pretty much gets the penalty back. So now it's going to be 2nd and 10. Gets right at 5 yards on that carry.
That might have been the best offensive play of the night thus far, Coach. I mean, he just kind of found a little space and took advantage of it.
Yeah, J.P. Easterling is by far the better runner of the 2 quarterbacks that Mount Pleasant uses, and he's shifty, he's hard to hit, and that's probably going to have to take advantage of his skills in that situation because our passing game just isn't producing much right now. Trips to the left, motion right, straight drop back, and he tries to throws it up for grabs, and it's knocked down and throws into a big crowd of people.
We're lucky.
You got Jakari McClure down there and Jalen Smith both trying to go up and get it from Mount Pleasant, and had 2 or 3 others trying to, I think they know that DCA knows that Easterling's the runner, and so they were trying to catch him.
Yeah, I was going to say, to this coaching staff's credit, they're trying different wrinkles to try to get something generated there. They're trying anything they can.
So 3rd and 10, 9 minutes and 29 seconds left in the half. Plunkett shifts to the left side. Off tackle, quarterback keeper off tackle. And he gets good yardage, but it's not going to be enough. Eastling tries to go off tackle to the left side, and it's going to come up with 4th and about a long 3, maybe 4 yards right there. And we're going to look to see what Coach Hartsfield's going to do. He may roll the dice here trying to get some momentum going.
I believe he will.
Easterling's had 2 good runs.
He's just knifing it up in there as quick as he can. And
so I think he's going to roll the dice to see if we can't get 4 yards on this. So it's going to be 4th and 4 at the DCA 38-yard line, and
timeout Mount Pleasant.
Timeout Mount Pleasant had a mix-up on the alignment. So again, with 8 minutes and 40 seconds left, we're going to take a timeout here with them. You're listening to the Kennedy Broadcasting Network. We'll be right back after these messages.
I'm Justin George.
I'm Corey Muehlbauer.
Together, we are Columbia Motor Company.
Columbia Motor Company offers quality pre-owned vehicles at an affordable price, along with many financing options to keep you in your budget.
We are veteran and locally owned. We are located just off of Carmack Boulevard in downtown Columbia. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram or visit our website at columbiamotorcompany.com.
If you want a different and enjoyable car buying experience, please give us the opportunity here at Columbia Motor Company.
Coach Hartsfield rolling the dice here early, kind of early in the game for this kind of a strategy, but he needs something to light this fire. Right now, we're just kind of sleepwalking out there, Seth, and I hate to say that about our own guys right there, but
you're spot on. Not much of an option except to go for it right here, Coach.
We got to have, well, boy, we got a deep tailback behind Easterling right there.
Okay.
And
he's going to throw it. He's going to throw it.
And he's got coverage right there, and he tries to throw to Jalen McClure.
No flag. Sure looked
really handsy down there, but it was really both. It was kind of a 50-50 ball right there. Plus, I'm not real sure in high school whether catchable is a consideration on that, but
I like the play design.
Again, he's pulling out the stops, and he's looking for something, make something happen. Though I think with Easterling's, I would say I think with Easterling's success at running the ball right there, we probably had a better chance running off tackle or something. But
hey, the Mount Pleasant faithful want pass interference on that.
Yeah, it was a 50-50 situation. 1st and 10. DCA and gets a gap off to the right side, and he's off to the races. It's a foot race now. And Carter Dunn is able to catch up to him. King Gardner gets a seam off of the right side.
I'm going to take another look at that run here, Coach, while you're talking.
He just had him he just had a big seam, had a big gap right there. Our defensive front is getting pushed around, which is something that our defense is not used to right now.
Do you think it has anything to do with the absence of Connor Scher in the middle on a permanent basis for the defense?
Well,
I mean, he's in there.
They're not running up the middle.
Yeah,
it's running off the edge, and Connor, that's not where Connor would be effective out there. 1st and 10 at the Mount Pleasant 25-yard line. Got a shift to the right. Motion right now. Handball back to the left side.
There's a middle run.
And again, good yardage on it.
Yeah.
Just a gashing play off the left side, but looks like it's going to come back.
Yeah, Carter was definitely signifying on that he was being held. And number 2, I forgot his name.
He was
Donaldson.
shaking his head. Don't let him call for you guys.
There's some lobbying going on the football field.
But it gets called, so now it's going to be 1st and about 16, 17 yards at the 30-yard line.
Make a play, defense. Make a play.
Hand off to the left side. Has a small seam right there. Jalen Smith makes the tackle from his corner position. But another good gain of about 7 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 9. The Mount Pleasant 24-yard line with about 7 minutes and 45 seconds. And again, DCA just methodically moving down the field. They're finding gashes in the Mount Pleasant defense off tackle.
It's not necessarily who we thought it was going to be either.
Play action pass. It rolls back to the left. Look, that's number 2 wide open in the end zone.
Well, I jinxed that, Coach. I jinxed that.
He turned our defensive back completely in circles. I don't know why we're covering him on man-to-man. We should know better than that.
Well, I just said that. We were expecting him. He hasn't made that many big plays, and then as soon as I say that, he gets wide open in the end zone for another Donaldson touchdown.
Little bootleg action right there. Turned our safety completely around.
Oh yeah, he was
wide open.
Wide open.
So here with the extra point, and it is good. So 7 minutes and 21 seconds. DCA takes a commanding lead over the Mount Pleasant Tigers, 21-0. And again, Seth, this is it's kind of a tough pill to swallow.
It's new for us. It's new for us.
We have a little bit of adversity. We're gonna get tested here.
Yeah,
and this is where we've kind of, coaches will tell you this is where you kind of find out who you are, is when things aren't going your way, and the things that you normally can do you can't. So you got to find something different.
Yeah, Coach Hartsfield and his coaching staff, they're doing some hard coaching down there. This is unfamiliar territory with this Mount Pleasant team. Every game has been very competitive for us, or us on the other end of a score like this. So we keep the team together, keep their heads up high, trying hard every play, and let's see what happens.
The other side of that is DCA is pretty impressive.
They are. That young running back and the tight end, and they're physical too. Yeah. They're physical. Their line are.
They don't look overwhelmingly big, but they're all about the same size. That's one of the things that I used to notice as a coach. The linemen, the running backs, the receivers, all about the same size and fast.
Yeah, you don't see any extra large student athletes.
Number two's he's tall, but he's really not all that big.
Yeah, pretty lean.
Very athletic. And kickoff here, they can squib it again.
There we go.
Catch it on a big hop right there, and he's got a little bit of a seam. And again, a good return there by Hunter Holt, doing a good job as an up back right there, catching the ball on the big hop and finding a little bit of a seam. The return team's doing a good job, giving us good field position.
Yeah, we're not losing the field position battle.
We just can't do anything once we get it right now so far. So 1st and 10, Mount Pleasant at the DCA 43-yard line. John Michael Wright back in at quarterback. Got 3 receivers to the right. And, met early in the backfield there.
He didn't have a prayer.
By number 59, Wyatt Gray for DCA. Just shot the gap right there.
We're taking a look at it real quick, Coach, just to see where this guy came from, that linebacker position, unscathed.
Just stepped through the gap and we didn't have a prayer getting away from him. So now it's 2nd and 12. Right at the 50-yard line, or excuse me, the 45-yard line. The 45-yard line of DCA. Play action. Looks downfield and throws it into double coverage right now. He's just trying to make something happen downfield, throw it to his playmakers right there. The pass was intended for Jalen McClure.
He had 2 receivers basically in the same spot.
Yeah, and 3 defenders. And those aren't good odds when you're trying to throw a long pass right there.
Yeah, it's usually a telltale sign of some kind of miscommunication, too, at the receivers, and they kind of have their hands out like they didn't know where to go.
3rd down, 12.
Let's convert, guys. Come on.
Need a big play right here. 3 receivers to the left. Tight end to the right. Rolls to the left. And pass for Smith. And it goes incomplete. John Michael Wright got popped just as he let go of the ball there by Sneed, who plays defensive end or defensive outside linebacker for them. Smith was a little slow getting up on the other side over there, so.
Yeah, he gave a good effort for the ball, kind of laid out for it. It wasn't to be.
So now 4th and 12. Mount Pleasant forced to punt again. 6 minutes and 15 seconds left in the half. Really did not want to give DCA the ball back.
Let's try to pin him deep.
Low snap, picked up. Gets a decent punt, fair catch at the 20-yard line for DCA right there.
Smart move to fair catch it because that bad boy would have rolled.
Yeah. Grayson Scragg right there does a good job coming up and catching the ball for DCA. So DCA takes over, 6 minutes and 10 seconds left at their own 20-yard line. Defense here needs a stop. We need a stop to kind of turn the momentum here.
Yeah, we can. You know, we got it. We got one earlier. We can do it again. We just got to
we got to do something about that off-tackle run play that we have not had an answer for that yet.
Yeah, we're missing some bodies out there, and it sure shows tonight.
Play action pass. Oh, and they've got somebody deep down the middle, number 22. And he gets a completed pass, and it's a foot race.
Camera.
Carter Dunn makes the play and evidently got kicked in the face as he was making that dive. I think the cleat came up under his face mask right there and got him right in the chin.
Some good sportsmanship there from the DCA receiver checking on young Carter.
Grayson Scragg was fooled us. The play action got our defensive backs looking in the backfield, and he was wide open for a huge gain. The ball gets down to the Mount Pleasant 22-yard line, basically flips the field.
And we talked about it before the game, Coach, of, Donaldson Christian has put up some points this year on several teams, a lot of scores in the 50s. And now that makes sense. This offense is dynamic. It's electric. They're able to move that ball. It makes sense now.
Yeah, they have the two situations that make a team dangerous. They got a good running back that's hard to tackle, hard to hit hard, and they've got 2 or 3 good receivers on top of the D1 prospect that really has, he's had these touchdown catch back there, but outside of that hasn't really.
And we haven't even talked about the quarterback tonight who's putting the ball on the money.
That's right.
He
does a good job. Mitchell Carey doing a good job delivering the ball as well.
Yeah, putting it where it needs to be.
1st and 10, DCA at the Mount Pleasant 22-yard line. Straight drop back. Has time, looks, throws number 40, and it gets into the end zone. Yeah. Way too soft on the cushion right there on the coverage. Once the lights stop flashing, I'll let you know who caught that.
The downside to these LEDs.
And again, I do not have number 40 on my roster.
They've got so many playmakers they can't fit them all on the roster. My goodness.
So another touchdown for DCA on a play action, on a straight drop back pass. Our defensive backfield is getting torched right now.
Yeah, and we are, like I said earlier, we're missing some guys out there, some key players, and it sure shows tonight.
And the extra point is good. So with 5 minutes and 38 seconds, DCA goes up again on Mount Pleasant 28-0. We'll be right back after this message. You're listening to the Kenny Sports Broadcasting Network. And we are back here in the second quarter at Ken Redmond Stadium, Joe Patterson Field on the campus of Donaldson Christian Academy. Donaldson Christian basically having their way tonight with the Mount Pleasant Tigers and doing whatever they want to do on offense. Again, got a strong running attack off tackle, and now they're showing off a play action off of that. And unfortunately, we're not doing some of the things that I know these kids have been taught to do. Defensive backs are getting caught looking in the backfield and just not playing with basics like they're supposed to. And Coach Hartsfield's going to, at halftime, or really before halftime, really he needs to get them back focused on the fundamentals and just get back and quit worrying about the score at this point. Win each play. Hard squib kick. Bounces off of Easterling at about the 12-yard line. Looks for a seam, doesn't see anything, and gets to about the 22-yard line. Gets about a 10-yard return. Gets held up by a whole bunch of Wildcats right there. So, again, 5 minutes and 30 seconds here in the half. Mount Pleasant gets the ball at their own 23-yard line. 1st and 10, and needing a drive.
Yeah.
Needing some
positive
success.
Yardage.
Needing
Positive
some
yardage.
success. Even if we don't get the score in, we need to move the ball a little bit and kind of get that frustration out of our system. Two receivers to the right. Single setback. It's Plunkett up the middle, and there's nothing there. Leading the charge there. Trying to see once they turn a little bit so I can see the whole number. Number 40 for DCA. And again, this roster that we were sent is not real accurate right now. It's kind of frustrating.
Kind of like you said, Coach, we just have to focus on winning every play.
Yeah, win the play. Straight drop back. Got a pass out here to Jakari McClure. Makes a couple of people miss. Gets up the sideline.
He's gone.
They're calling stepping out of bounds. No, and we've also got a flag back here. Got a flag, and J.P. Easterling is pleading his case with the referee. Coach Hartsfield's telling him to move away, move away. And I think they're going to call a hold on Easterling right there. McClure made a really good move and broke a couple of tackles and had the touchdown, which was the break they needed, but they called Easterling on a hold right there.
And you hate it because we get that pop play, and it's,
and then it gets erased.
Yeah, negated there. But let's do it again. You do it once. He found a little running room. We can make these guys miss. We just got to get it in the hands of our playmakers. So we got second and 11.
Second and 11. Plunkett in the backfield with John Michael. Hands off to sweep to the left, and nothing there. Sneed, first one to meet him there, and Plunkett was not able to get his shoulders turned up the field.
Timeout.
And DCA calls a timeout with 4 minutes and 17 seconds. Trying to save time on the clock or whatever. No one's going to be third and about 13 to 13 yards. So with 4 minutes and 17 seconds.
Let's keep it here.
Then we'll stay here and Seth, what can we do? We're having a tough time getting anything going, and like you said, the one play we had that did work for us gets called back.
I think the hardest coaching you do is in games like this, keeping your team's head up, keeping the spirits as high as you can. I know that sounds cliche, but it's part. I mean, these are student athletes. They've had they're susceptible to emotions. Keep their heads high. Say, hey, win the play, and good things will come. We'll get some plays. We just got to keep trying. And these guys are still putting forth really good effort. We're just down quite a few guys tonight. It's started to snowball on us.
Yeah, we're again, and a couple of the guys. Of course, we've had those two broken arms with our skills players, and that's been a huge because they're also part of our defensive backfield.
With Nazir out. And with Dakota both out tonight, those are some of our edge guys, and we can see that.
And ball got hung on the snap. I think that's going to be called on illegal procedure. Probably technically that's on Connor Scherer with a bad snap situation. I think he double clutched the snap right there.
Yeah.
So. Again, going backwards. Now it's going to be 3rd and 20 at the Mount Pleasant 15-yard line. 3 receivers to the right. Single setback. Straight drop back. And it's caught from behind. The ball's loose. Picked up by Mount Pleasant, and then he gets hammered. Lyman picks. No, excuse me.
Is that Damani, 26?
Yeah, that's Damani Ferris that picked up the ball.
A little frustration.
John Michael just took too much time getting rid of the ball right there. Trying to make sure people are open, and we got lucky. We recovered the ball because that could have been a strip fumble.
Give them even more points, and we don't want that.
So
we got to hang tough. Hang tough, guys.
Fourth in Williamson County right now.
Fourth and home.
And Donaldson Christian called another timeout to stop the clock a little bit. So, again, as we were talking about, we got to generate some success somewhere, somehow, at halftime. I know a lot of times when I've been down in this situation, we basically just tell the kids quit. Don't watch the scoreboard. Don't look at the scoreboard. Don't worry about the scoreboard anymore. At this point, it's win, like as I've said before, and it's a cliche, but it's a cliche because it's true. You concentrate on winning one play at a time.
Yeah. We have a lot of proud student athletes out there, and they're going to show it.
So what you can't do is start hanging your head and start letting one mistake turn into 3 or 4 or 5. And that's unfortunately that's kind of what's happened this time.
Yeah, it snowballed a little on us, but let's get a good punt away here and then get a stop and go into halftime.
See if Case gets this off. Good snap. Gets off not quite the strength that he's used to getting. Rolls out at about the 35-yard line. Does a decent job of getting it out of his own end zone.
Yeah, he didn't have a whole lot of room to work on that. But
up a little bit tighter because it was snapping from the 5. So DCA takes over in really, really good field position at the Mount Pleasant 35-yard line. We're going to see if the defense here can come up with a couple of plays and kind of stem the tide here and get a little bit of momentum rolling. We can get the ball back to our offense.
A little confusion on the defensive side of the ball right now with personnel. We got 11 out there. We're good.
2 receivers to the right, deep eye, hand off to the left side. Has a little bit of a seam.
We got a
flag.
Yeah.
Flies in the backfield, usually in the place where they're going to call offensive holding. So yeah, that's what the signal is, offensive holding against DCA. So that's going to move them back. Maybe the defense here can use that. First and 20 for DCA at the 45-yard line.
Ooh, they didn't look ready.
Looks like we have all kinds of people back there. We're just not getting our hands on him, getting our shoulder pads and getting our hands on him.
I don't think he was quite ready for the snap either. He was a little surprised by it, and he still knifed it in there.
Didn't look right for whatever reason. Gets about a 5-yard gain off of that. So now it's going to be 2nd and 15 or 2nd and 14 at the Mount Pleasant 39-yard line. 3 minutes and 18 seconds and counting. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Single setback beside the quarterback to the right side of the quarterback. Straight drop back.
They're bringing some people.
And finds a hole in the defense right there at about the 30-yard line. Pretty good tackle right there by Hunter Holt and Jalen Smith. Pass is completed to number 25, Aiden Lipke.
He's made a few plays tonight.
So now it's going to be 3rd and 4 at the Mount Pleasant 29-yard line. 2 minutes and 35 seconds and counting. 2 receivers both ways, single setback. Hand off to the left side, and this time Ridenauer makes the play at the line of scrimmage.
Derek had his back turned at one point, and he just kind of did a little.
Just fought it off, and all of a sudden the running back was right there, so he was able to grab him.
Good way to fight through.
So now it's going to be 4th and 3. Got a gain of about 1 yard right there. Good play there by Ridenauer.
What I've seen from their field goal kicker that this would be doable.
Yeah. Two receivers to the right, one to the left.
Oh,
and play action pass. They roll out to the right and find number 35, Jackson Cole, out in the right flat. Looked like we were sending a safety through a safety blitz in the A gap right there.
Yeah.
So they get the first down at the 19-yard line. Again, we're playing soft cushion because we don't want to let them behind us. And they're going to start picking, they're picking us apart in the mid-range right now.
Yeah, we've let them behind us a few times. We don't want to do that again. So
motion to the left. Little quick forward pass. And make a pretty good play right there.
Flag on the play.
22, Carter Dunn makes the play.
They're going to back him up.
Yep. Caught him holding right there. Everybody up here was calling it.
Yeah, and the Mount Pleasant faithful have come out tonight. This is about an hour and a half from home, and our stands
through
are
the Nashville traffic. At that.
Our stands are full.
Yeah, good showing. The Mount Pleasant people do come out and support their teams. So now it's going to be first and about 20 at the 29-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left, spreading us out. I would almost expect a running play here because they got us so spread out. There's a lot of gaps in there.
There's not much time left.
And just a go route to number 22, and he beats Jalen Smith on just a simple go route. They had him one-on-one. They realized they had man-to-man coverage down here.
Beautiful throw.
And a nice throw right there.
You can't beat that throw. He put it right in the breadbasket. It wasn't awful coverage. He was keeping pace with them, but he put it in the one spot it needed to be. Touchdown, Donaldson Christian.
So with a minute 13 left in the half, Donaldson Christian goes up big on Mount Pleasant, 34-0, pending an extra point here. And there's just not a whole lot we're able to do to stop anything that they're doing.
No, you're right.
And
fire,
messed up
fire.
on the whole fire play, and the extra point is no good.
Small win.
Which is going to be important in the second half here.
Tell them why, Coach. Tell them why.
TSSAA rules state if there's a 35-point difference in the second half, there's a running clock. We're at 34. So the clock is going to be at standard play, which is going to be good for us because that gives us a chance to play and do what we can do.
Get better looks.
Maybe
get
like
some more of these Mount Pleasant Tigers different looks. Because if we're looking at some of these guys, they're gassed. They're running down the field trying to cover these guys. And we had a listener write into us too that number 2 Sneed for Donaldson Christian committed to University of Tennessee.
Okay.
Interesting.
I knew he was a D1 prospect. I didn't know if he had already committed or whatever.
Thank you, Miss Derryberry, our Mount Pleasant teacher, for that
information.
Yeah.
But
I hope he does well.
We're playing a good team. Make no mistake about it. DCA is a very, very good football team, and they play in Division II, I believe Division II 1A, I believe. And they're allowed, again, in Division II, there's some different rules about getting your players. You are allowed to recruit a little bit and stuff like that. So some of these guys are hand-picked in a sense.
Yeah. They're not zoned for Donaldson Christian necessarily, which isn't an excuse or anything. Not hating on them. It's just a little bit different.
Just a little different setup.
They've shown really good sportsmanship tonight.
Big kick here. Goes to Easterling at about the 15-yard line. Looks for a seam. And finds a little bit of a seam, gets up to about the 32, 33-yard line. And again, not a bad return and not, in decent field position for the offense. We just got to get things rolling now.
He took what was there for sure.
Yeah. Now we got to get some things moving. And we got less than a minute. We got 56. Well, they moved the clock again, so now it's 1:05. Left in the half.
I was saying, Coach, that I wish Sneed very well after this game when he's in college at the University of Tennessee, but not necessarily tonight.
Right now we need some mistakes made.
He can wait till he's wearing that orange.
Low snap picked up by the running back. And again, we get a good push right there. Keep pushing, we keep pushing. Good job right there by the offensive line, keeping their feet moving.
That's Micah Hodison, Mount Pleasant senior, putting full effort, full force.
Just saying, okay, let's win this one, guys. Let's win this play. And that's exactly what they did.
And we're looking at it right now, and this is just effort. I mean, hey, we're down a lot. We know we're down a lot, but we're not going to stop trying. We came up here to compete. Good job, guys.
Good push there by the offensive line and keeping their feet moving. A good gain here, so it's going to be 2nd and 2 at the 41-yard line.
That kind of epitomizes what you were saying about just win the play. Win the play.
Yeah, now we got to win this one and see what we can do.
Last play of the half, it looks like.
Again, a low snap.
Got to get them snaps up, my man. That'll do it.
And so that's going to be the end of the half. They're going to let the clock run out. And so now at the end of one half of play, it is Donaldson Christian Wildcats 34, the Mount Pleasant Tigers 0. We're going to take a short break, listen to some of our sponsors and watch some of our sponsors, and we'll be right back with the halftime activities. You're listening to the Kennedy Sports Broadcasting Network. We'll be right back.
Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Delicious food and amazing service at an affordable price. Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Located off of Nashville Highway in Neapolis, near Spring Hill High School. 2504 Care Lane. Authentic Mexican cuisine. Full menu. Family dine-in. Takeout. Delivery. Offering the best cocktails in the area. On the rocks or frozen, pair your meal with our famous margarita. Don't forget, Mezcal Cochina Mexicana for your next meal. Check us out on Facebook. Visit Mezcal Cochina Mexicana today. Proud supporters of the Front Porch Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Chris Chumley, owner of Expert Landscaping, LLC. Located in beautiful Columbia, Tennessee, Expert Landscaping specializes in consulting and design for all your outdoor needs, as well as installations for landscaping, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, irrigation, and lighting. Call us today at 931-374-1772. Expert Landscaping, where quality work is an investment in the future.
Hello, I'm Rick Whitley.
And I'm Daniel Pollard from Jones & Lang Sporting Goods. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the many years of support. Since 1966, Jones & Lang has been locally owned and operated and supplying teams from T-ball to college. Stop by and see what we can do for you. We offer a wide variety of services from silk screening and embroidery to our custom trophy and awards department.
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to noon. Remember, Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Hi, I'm Robert Rogers at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
And I'm Michael Parks Lawrence at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
Together, we're Mr. Bobby Parks' grandsons, and we run his dealership, and we are glad to be part of our local community.
Being family-owned and operated, we invest heavily in our community.
We do things like sports teams, schools, bands, you name it. We try to help everybody we can.
The reason why we do this is because we all love this community.
So come do business with us, your neighbors, at Parks Motor Sales in Columbia, Tennessee, right off Nashville Highway, or at parksmotorsales.com.
He shoots, and he scores!
Hi, I'm Matt Perales, manager of Murray County Equipment. We help you with all your agriculture and construction equipment needs. We carry a full line of New Holland tractors from compacts to high horsepower. We have a full line of Gravely mowing equipment. We also have New Holland construction equipment, attachments, and accessories for your tractors and a complete parts department. We are locally owned and operated. Come see us at 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard or learn about us on Facebook or contact us at 931-490-8183.
Farmer Johnny here, Taylor Family Farm. I want to give y'all a little look-see. We raise 100% non-GMO, grass-fed beef, pasture chicken, and pork on our family farm. Everything that we grow is raised with love and care to ensure the highest quality and nutrition for our family and customers. You can shop online at TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com or visit our farm store in person at Etheridge, Tennessee at 301 Dave Reisner Road. That's TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com for more information.
We are back here at halftime with the score DCA 34, Mount Pleasant 0. Seth, just one of those. It's one of those games that whatever we've tried just isn't working, and whatever they're doing is working. Yeah. And we can't just get on track. And what's a little different about this game is our defense has not been able to stop their offense. That's been something that we've been able to hang our hat on all year long here, is that the defense has been able to keep us in the game. And tonight, we're just not able to. Now, you mentioned we are missing several people that that would be key players in those situations. Both the injury and some other circumstances. So we're kind of coming in with our hands cuffed a little bit, but that happens in football.
Yeah, you got to be ready for it.
That's no excuse. There's always, the old cliche is the next man up mentality, and that's what you got to have. You got to develop your young guys, and these are games. These are what we call tester games. These are ones that are going to find out. They're going to reveal your character.
Yep.
And we're going to see what we're made of coming off of this. We had a great start to the season, went 5-0, and now we've hit a couple of snags along the road, and we've had some adversity. How are we going to react?
Yeah,
and that's going to be, where does this senior class take us?
You couldn't be more right, Coach. I mean, it's one of those games where nothing is hardly going right. We've had a few little wins, but nothing's going right. So how do you react to it? And that's part of life. There's a life lesson in there. And they're going to, the coaches are coaching them up, and the seniors need to lead them. And we saw a little bit of that. Michael Hodgson pushing the pile for several more yards at the end of the half. I believe in these guys.
A couple of bright lights there. And again, we've run into, this is a really good DCA football team. And so, hats off to them and their exexecution, and they're using their players on homecoming night.
We're getting some good visuals here of the sports cars, the nice convertibles come by with the young ladies and their fathers. I think this. Well, we got. I don't know what's going on. I'm not the homecoming expert.
Yeah, we say we don't know.
You want to give the play-by-play of the homecoming?
No, I'll stay out of that part of it. But I do want to give some scores from around the area here.
That's probably more appreciated.
Some teams that we kind of pay attention to. Cornersville is up on. Up on.
They're
all
having
these
a down
scores
year.
are coming. Okay, hold on a second. Something's wrong with my scoreboard here because it's showing the wrong date. Well, all these scores are final. That's not right.
Cornersville's having a little bit of a down year, I've noticed over there. Our old region foes.
Let's try that again here. Let's see. Now we're getting to something here. Let me get down here to our region. There we go. Richland 21, Collinwood 0 at halftime. Marshall County 21, Creekwood 6 at halftime. Loretto 13, East Hickman 22 with 2 minutes and 30 seconds in the second quarter, so that's probably at halftime by this point.
Good game.
Lewis County 35, Harpeth 13 at halftime. Fairview, and we don't have a score on Fairview and Montgomery Central. Columbia is up on Spring Hill at halftime, 7-0. So Spring Hill
hanging tough.
Hanging tough there with Columbia. Waverly, Summertown's up on Waverly 35-0 with 2 minutes and 21 seconds left in the half. And Huntland over Wayne County 21-8 at halftime. So those are some scores around the region of interest and to traditional rivals and current rivals and some of the other teams in our broadcasting network. So Seth, you were able to talk to another one of our seniors this year, seniors this year.
Yeah.
And let's see what let's see what you found out.
Yeah,
who'd you get to talk to this time?
I got to talk to Mount Pleasant High School senior Avery Johnson. Avery's not able to play right now. He had an injury against Harpeth earlier in the year, and he'll talk about that briefly. But I've known Avery for years. I've known his family. I was able to teach his brother years ago, Quinn, who recently graduated, and now we got Avery, and he's a pleasure to have. And he had some free time, because he's not able to play, and he was able to chat with me about some things in his Mount Pleasant journey. So let's give it a listen. This is Seth Campbell with Front Porch Sports Network. I'm sitting here this evening with Mount Pleasant Tiger senior Avery Johnson. Avery, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good.
Awesome, man. So we know you've been out injured a few weeks. Tell us a little bit about it, maybe timetable, what's wrong with you, and all that good stuff.
Like against Harpeth, we took a dirty hit to my arm and I broke it. Went off thinking it would be good, and then went to the doctor later and just figured it out. It was a hard time.
Did it hurt?
Not really. Adrenaline was pumping, so I didn't really feel it that much.
Tough guy, right? Okay, Avery, you've been a Tiger for 4 years. You played football all 4 years. Give me your favorite moment of your high school career so far.
My favorite moment has to be playing with my freshman year with Chris and Dontavius, and they're actually bringing out the real players and people and actually teach them how to come through and play with all of their skills that they have, and then leading them to be men in the long run.
Have you modeled some of your leadership off of those guys you saw when you were younger?
I have tried working on it a little bit. I can step down sometimes, but I try to keep myself up and lead the team as much as I can as being a senior and bringing up and coming freshmen and all that, and teach them the right way to do and how to be a man in football.
I've seen you personally the last 4 years grow into a man and do great things for this program. It's been amazing to watch, Avery. You should be really proud. So tell us, you're graduating in May. What's on the horizon for you after graduation? What are you wanting to do with yourself?
After graduation, I'm probably going to go to Martin and study some agribusiness and walk on up there to play some football and then continue it out and see how far it takes me.
Rumor has it you're thinking about being a teacher. Is there any truth to that rumor?
It was there for a while, but as me growing into a senior, it's slowly starting to downscale.
I got you, bud. Hey, we hope you get healthy. Hope to see you again one day. Maybe put on some pads. And thanks for talking with me, Avery.
Yes, sir.
Couldn't quite recruit him there to be a teacher, huh?
No. We had him earlier. He wanted to be, he's interested in agricultural studies, and he was talking about being an ag teacher, and he would be great at it. Maybe he'll change his mind. He is, I continue to talk to him for a little bit after we were finished recording, and Avery he tentatively is planning to come back next week or the week after, and he's able to play again.
Well, next week is an open
day. Oh,
yeah,
the next game. Yeah.
How Coach Hartsfield was able to manage getting a open date on our fall break.
That's always difficult.
I was going to say, hats off to him.
It might have had something to do with coming up to Donaldson tonight.
That's always been one of the toughest things when I was coaching high school football, having that fall break in there. And when I was coaching, we had a 2-week fall break.
Oh.
And it was, it really throws you out of your routine.
Yeah.
And it's hard to kind of get things, get players focused and stuff like that when they stay up late and they wake up late and they're
a 2-week fall break is a long fall break.
That's a long time.
That was when I was in school for a couple of years. We did that, and looking back
on it, they backed it off to a 1-week fall break because I think they're realizing there was a lot more problems going on.
A lot more learning loss for 2 weeks. I don't know.
So, but those were those were tough games. Those were tough weeks to get everybody, keep everybody focused and stuff like that. So I'm glad that the open date happened when it did, and we're able to kind of get our routine back before we really hit the field, because we're going to have a challenging schedule coming back.
Yep.
Two of our 3 games. We have 3 games coming back. Once we come back, two of the top teams in the region are still left ahead of us.
Yeah, we can't let this continue to snow. I mean, we had they squeaked by us last week, a tough Lewis County team in the awful conditions, and then we're getting the doors blown off tonight. I won't sugarcoat that, but we can't. We got to reset. We got a fall break. Perfect time for your bye week. Perfect time, and then we come back and
heal up a little bit and get some of our key people back.
Because those are important games coming back.
East Hickman and Loretto are 2 of the top teams in the region. Then we'll also play Hickman County somewhere in that. Those 3 teams are the ones we have left.
Yeah.
All 3 region games. But Loretto and East Hickman are having good years themselves.
Yeah, we gotta reset, get some people healthy and back on this field, and bring it to them.
And we still have control of our own destiny. That's the thing. Our kids need to realize is that we're not having to depend on someone else to beat somebody for us. We can still control our own destiny in this situation. So we need to come out and take our destiny here. Tonight, we're probably going to have to take our medicine. I think that's going to become kind of clear in the first half. But learn from this. You play these good teams to where you when you get into the playoffs, you have that taste that when because the playoffs are the better teams. And so if you play these tough teams and you go through some of these tough lessons here in the mid-season and early season, it just prepares you for later on. And now the trick is don't let it beat you down emotionally. That's going to be the big thing that the coaches are going to have to. They talk to these guys. And the way you do that, again, you quit worrying about the scoreboard. You quit worrying about winning and losing the game, and you go and win and lose a little bit at a time. You win and lose each play.
Yeah.
And again, you got to come out with more wins than losses on each play. And if you can turn around and get some success here, get a couple of drives, get a couple of stops on defense. Okay, we come out winning the second half. Then you take that and you build from that.
Do you try to work in some players at this point? What was your philosophy of that when you were a coach? Are you going to try to work in some guys?
Depends on again. At this point, I'm going to start with my starters. I'm going to try to work some things out there, work some kinks out. But if the score gets a little bit deeper, then you start looking at your young guys and you start looking at your depth and you start seeing, okay, what can they put them into the heat of the battle here, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, give them a look, see what they do.
Yeah, and I get again at this point, you quite frankly, in a sense, you have nothing to lose.
Yeah,
and so you try out and you see what can work and what can't work. And
I think we already have some young folks out there that are getting. We mentioned Hunter Holt.
But the injury
earlier.
situation has forced that situation, and so. Again, these are character building games. These are games that you find out. And again, I've had coaches say, these aren't building; these are character revealing.
Oh yeah, I echo that.
And so
I've seen it.
We see, how's our leadership going to handle it? How's our senior leaders going to handle this situation? And see, and you learn an awful lot as a coach about your team. In these games. So
who's going to stand tall? Who's going to keep fighting? And in the just to be frank, who's going to fold? And who doesn't want anymore? So I mean, you find that out. These are young student athletes, but let's see what they got in the tank. Let's see who wants to go out there and fight.
Yeah, let's take another break here and hear from some of our great sponsors. And when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about what's going to have to be done in the second half.
There we go.
So you're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Is Is your insurance up to date in today's world? Foster Insurance Agency is an insurance agency you can depend on for your commercial and personal insurance needs. Foster tailors insurance coverage to meet your unique requirements stemming from years of experience and represents several top-rated companies such as Erie Insurance. Call Mike Ford or Jimmy Ford today at 931-388-8365 or stop by their convenient Columbia location at 204 West 4th Street. Foster Insurance, serving Middle Tennessee since 1952.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Ford, Foster Insurance Agency here in downtown Columbia. We've been here since 1952, located at 204 West 4th Street. We specialize in commercial insurance. We write home, auto, and life insurance. We write anything from your bulldozer to helicopter, from churches to bars. Come see myself, Mike, Shelby, or Nikki. We'll be happy to take care of you. We specialize in service.
This is Trip Stoltz, owner and manager at Columbia Ace Hardware. We have changed our store hours to better serve our community. Columbia Ace Hardware is now open from 7 to 7 Monday through Friday, from 8 to 4 on Saturday, and closed on Sunday. Come see us at 112 East James Campbell Boulevard and let us show you customer service that can only be found at Columbia Ace Hardware.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Some people are just obsessed with their lawns. They'd cut their grass with a pair of scissors if they could. Thanks to Gravely, they don't have to. You see, Gravely makes not only the best built and most comfortable lawnmowers, they also leave your house looking like a doggone country club. So whether you're a commercial landscaper wanting the best or just a perfectionist homeowner, you can't do better than a Gravely.
See our full line of Gravely products at Murray County Equipment, 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard in Columbia, Tennessee, or check us out on Facebook. Office space available in beautiful downtown Columbia. Kennedy Broadcasting Company, WKRM, and WKOM has 3 offices for rent in its downtown building. Each office is approximately 18 by 18, and each includes a closet-type storage area. Included are utilities, Wi-Fi, and communal break area. Contact Station Manager Clayton Harris at 931-626-3131.
And we're here at halftime at Ken Redmond Stadium and Joe Patterson Field for this non-district game between the DCA Wildcats and the Mount Pleasant Tigers. Right now, DCA has got a commanding lead of 34-0 over the Mount Pleasant Tigers, and it's been one of those games that everything's gone right for DCA, everything's gone wrong for Mount Pleasant. One of those, you almost feel snake bit on. We had a big play that probably would have been about an 80-yard scoring play that got called back on a holding call that was a little iffy. But these guys, I'm not going to question it too much. Evidently, they saw something there that was not appropriate. But
it's been a pretty good game.
So
ref-wise, not score-wise.
So what do you do coming back out? You play as hard as you can. As a coach, you get your depth chart ready. You get that. You figure out who you're going to put in, and you don't put you don't do a wholesale change. You work in players a little at a time, but you also go back and try to have a little bit of success with your starters before you start that. And I think to do that offensively, I would say we need to come back to Easterling and the off tackle quarterback keeps, off tackle powers, quarterback powers that we've had some success with, the fullback dive, the fullback and the quarterback belly off of the wing tee. Let's go back and see if we can make some things happen on plays we have a lot of confidence in.
And we got to tackle, Coach.
Yeah.
We got to tackle.
Defensively, that's right.
Man, we're not wrapping up.
We've been in position to make a couple of plays. Now, they've done a good job of giving their running backs a big running lane and stuff, but we've been in position a couple of times to make the plays, and we just bump them and don't wrap them up. And these guys, they don't go down on a bump.
I'm fine with a good pop. If you can pop them, but you better wrap them up and bring them down.
In high school, you don't practice that tackle a lot. And it takes, believe it or not, it takes a lot of practice to do that roll block tackle.
Yeah.
Those guys, you see colleges and pros do it a lot where they just go up and just bang the guy and block him down, knock him down that way. But you also see them miss a lot too. And if you'll pay attention on TV, a lot of times as a coach, I'll watch, how many tackles were missed because even the college and the pro guys didn't wrap up.
Yeah.
But, defensively, we've got to be a lot more aggressive and take some chances. Our defensive backfield is going to have to stay disciplined, not get caught looking in the backfield. Got to read their keys, keep their depth, break on the ball. We had a good play, for the interception in the first quarter, but after that, we kind of let them run by us, and that's something that we just can't allow to happen.
Keep fighting, guys. Keep fighting. Coach Hartsfield's out there coaching them up right now, and you gotta, you gotta bring the fight to them, as General Nealon would say. Yeah. Bring the fight to them the whole game.
Unfortunately, here, as the way the coin toss went, we got to kick the ball.
Yeah, well, that's the way the evening's gone.
But
you said snake bit earlier too, and it's kind of ironic because we encountered a little snake before the game too. So maybe that was a bad omen heading into Halloween. Here.
I don't think that little snake has really had much to do with what was going on. But again, this is what we call a character revealing night, and this is where we grow up. This is where we grow up as a team this year. When things do get tough, and things always are going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you've experienced it as a coach. I've experienced it as a coach. We had a game, it might be 5-6 years ago at this point, against Cornersville. I think it was the Sundrop Bowl at the time, and it was getting a bunch of publicity, and they put out banners and promos, and Cornersville just came and they shoved the ball down our throat for the whole game. Yeah. And, we left disappointed, but that's the hardest coaching you ever do. Just keeping them in the game, heads up, hey, we're going to get them next week. And we had a good year. We went to the playoffs that year.
And that's where you grow up a little bit, because you got to figure out what to do when things aren't going your way, when your original plan doesn't work. What's plan B? What's plan C? Maybe even what's plan D? And just keep pushing, keep plugging, keep trying, and see if something works down the road.
And isn't that just a life lesson in general? Because you're going to encounter that post-high school too. And we tell these guys that all the time. I mean, life can get hairy at times, and you're going to face adversity. What are you going to do when you face adversity? So that's what they talked about in a half, I'm sure. And let's see some plays, guys. And we're off.
And kick off deep, and it splits them, and it's going to roll and get. Oh, man.
Good kick.
Almost got it to stop right there on the one. And DCA actually kind of made a mistake right there, letting it roll. Again, Braden Case doing a good job splitting the receivers and getting it deep. Unfortunately, it rolled just about 1.5 yards too far.
Yeah.
And now they get the ball out at the 20-yard line instead of us. And quite frankly, because DCA let it roll and just sat there and watched it, we could have recovered that.
That's a good point.
And we had the shot at it.
That's a good point, because it would have
it would have been our ball to 2. But as it is, 1st and 10, DCA at their own 20. Low snap. 13 gets a seam and runs right through our defense.
He's going to get him, but
and again,
not Carter the way you want to start the half.
Yeah, Carter Dunn chases him down.
We're taking a look at it now, Coach.
And
He's able just to kind of do that S cut through the hole and gets to the outside, and Carter shows a lot of heart chasing him down.
That usually tells us our defensive ends are coming too far up the field and not, and again, he can just do a little dip and roll, dip and run.
It's really the timing of that play should have been all off with the bad snap, and he's still able to. It's just the way the night's gone.
1st and 10 DCA at the Mount Pleasant 26-yard line. Hand off to the left side now, and this time
he's tired.
The defense.
He's tired. I mean, he looks tired.
Yeah, this time the defense is able to stop him for a loss even. It's going to be 2nd down and 11. There's also a little situation here where the dew is starting to settle on the field, and it's going to start being a little bit slicker on some of those cuts.
I was going to mention that. This is the first time this football season that there's a little chill now. I'm getting a little chilly, and that dew's going to settle in like you said.
The ball's start going to get slick. The field's going to start getting slick. 2 receivers to the left. Single setback to the left now, the quarterback. And the handoff going to the right side, and he has another little seam. Ridenauer picks him up, comes down and makes a play, but now it's going to be 3rd. He still gets a gain on it. It's going to be 3rd and about 7 at the Mount Pleasant 23-yard line.
It'll be interesting to see DCA's philosophy being up by 34, how much they're going to push it, how much they're going to throw it. They still have their guys in. I mean, number 2 Snead is out there.
Oh, again, coming out for the first half, first part of the second half, you don't pull back anything. And okay, got a rush on him. He gets away from the rush, and our defensive backs can't stay with the coverage long enough. Quarterback does a good job avoiding the rush.
He kind of snuck behind him.
And is able to find the receiver. That's hard to cover people that long.
No, we're taking a look at it right now, and he just kind of came open there on that sideline, and boom.
The rush, we had a good rush on him and forced a little bit, but again, rush lane integrity right there. He found a gap and was able to move forward, and then he put our linebackers in a tough spot. Do you come up and tackle him, or do you do you stay back? And so now, with a quick score, with 9 minutes and 2 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, DCA goes up 41-0 over Mount Pleasant. We'll take a quick break, listen to one of our sponsors here, and we'll be right back after this message. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network.
Are you tired of living with neuropathy? If you're living with pain and numbness in your feet, then you understand that most treatments only target the symptoms of your neuropathy. At the Dr. Gill Center, our customized therapies target the underlying causes of neuropathy, promoting healing and helping to restore function. Are you ready to say goodbye to pain and limitations of neuropathy and hello to a brighter, pain-free future? Call 615-794-0800 and ask about our $49 special. Take the first step. Start living pain-free with Dr. Gill Center. Call me, painfree.com.
And we're back here after DCA has a big play on their first play from scrimmage. Goes from their 20-yard line to the Mount Pleasant 20-yard line, and about 2 plays later they're able to push the ball in and take a commanding 41-0 lead. And I think at this point what's commonly referred to as the mercy rule kicks into play after this kickoff here. Deep kick. Going to take the ball back to the end zone right there. He kind of did his job of splitting our receivers. And so now the ball will come out to the 20 since it goes into the end zone right there. Mount Pleasant will have it 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. And looking at the clock, yes, they have the running clock going. So that's the way it will be the rest of this game. Regardless of what kind of comeback Mount Pleasant's able to do. So it's going to be tough to mount a comeback at this point. So again, this is where it becomes really, really important to win the play. Win the play, and go from there.
John Michael Sr. still in there at quarterback, and he's going to give it all he has. And we have a whistle and a flag and a delay a game. Having a hard time, again, making sure personnel's lined up correctly. And they move it back.
It's going to now make it 1st and 15 from the 15-yard line. Got to make it out to the Mount Pleasant 30 for the first down. Now 2 receivers, actually 3 receivers to the left, and
timeout.
Evidently, DCA has some personnel issues, and they're going to call a timeout. And the timeouts do stop the clock.
Yeah.
Nothing else will stop the clock.
But the timeouts.
But the timeouts stop the clock. So with 7 minutes and 38 seconds here in the first quarter, it's Mount Pleasant 0, DCA 41. You're listening to the Front Porch Sports Network. We'll be right back after this message.
This is Hal Landers, owner of Landers Insurance Agency. We are an independent agency representing the famous Erie Insurance Group. Landers Insurance Agency has been committed to providing great rates and great service since 2002. Whether it's home and auto or business or life insurance, we've got you covered. 24/7 in-house claim service, we've got that too. Visit Landers Insurance at 514 North Garden Street, Columbia. Call us at 931-380-2003. Our website is landersinsuranceagency.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
1st and 15, Mount Pleasant from their own 15-yard line. Wright calls the signals, play action pass, gets the throw and throws it just a little bit behind Jakari McClure on a slant pass, and is not able to make the connection right there. So now it's going to be 2nd and 15. A little play action, had a little bit of a step right there, but he threw it behind him.
Yeah, just couldn't connect with them. It was comfortably behind him. McClure
a little bit late throwing that because he was getting awful close to that safety.
Yeah, McClure just didn't really have a play on that ball.
2nd and 15 from the 15-yard line. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left as well. Handoff to Plunkett up the middle.
Found a little something.
Found a little bit of a gap. Basically gets the penalty back. Gets the yardage for the penalty back. It's going to be 3rd down and 10.
We'll take it.
Again, with everybody spread out, hoping they can create a seam right there. And they did have a little bit of a seam. If they can make that play on 1st down instead of second and long.
Yeah.
Then we get some. Then we have some things we can do.
Yeah.
But,
we started behind. When you start behind the sticks like we did on this drive, it makes it that much more difficult.
Yeah, it makes it even tougher. So 3rd down and 10 from the 20-yard line.
Parrish in
2 receivers each direction. Easterling in motion.
Low snap.
And he dodges the first rush and can't get away from the second one. And number 62, Landon Morrow, sacks Wright for a loss there. So it's going to be 4th and about 18, 4th and 19. And obviously the punt team's going to come in and punt this one away.
Yeah,
just can't get untracked.
No,
he can't seem to find the receivers that he wants to find, and having a hard time. He's got to let go of the ball quicker than that. That's just the timing of the passing game is just really out of sync right now.
Stepped up in the pocket and just got hit, man. High punt.
Good punt right there, and yeah, they're going to call him.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, he gives a fair catch signal. You got to,
He got right up in his grill, and then he leaned into him.
Yeah, Christian. Play's going to be on Christian Lyle right there, number 10. And he's wanting to kind of see if he can disrupt his attention span there. But you can't bump him when you do that. So,
and if you see, we're zooming in right now to Coach Hartsfield doing some coaching.
Yeah.
And he's telling the young man, hey, you can't do that. And he told him exactly why. You could see him demonstrate it.
Yeah.
So that's some active coaching happening here in the 3rd quarter of a blowout game.
Yeah,
and that's
Christian
important.
Lyle, he came to the team a little bit late under some circumstances and trying to work himself into a role where he can contribute. And trying to make some things happen right there. Just, again, to me, that's kind of it's not a real smart play, almost to contribute to a hustling error.
Yeah, and we're having some.
Again, personnel issues. Okay, got everybody. We got 11 people out there, so now 2 receivers left. And handoff down. The number 5 is in there, finds his seam, and shoves one of his own blockers out of the way.
There's not much weight on number 5.
Yeah, number 5.
Number 5 looks like he weighs about a buck
Riley
30.
Biddle for DCA. He's a sophomore.
He's got some shake to him, though. He's able to get
quick.
through that hole, yeah.
He's quick. Gets a first down on the carry. So it's going to be 1st and 10 at the Mount Pleasant 15-yard line. And you see DCA already starting to sub some people in.
We knew it was coming. We just
handoff going to the left side. It's Biddle again. Brought down by number 40, Chris Lanius for Mount Pleasant, playing outside linebacker now.
Yeah, he's getting a little playing time, Chris is.
He's a junior. And again, you start seeing who you got in your depth.
Yeah, we talked about it. It's a good idea.
And see what you got here. 3 minutes left in the third quarter with the running clock. Again, handoff to Biddle to the right side. Doesn't find much running room, but still is able to gain about 3 or 4 yards.
And we got Tiger down, it looks like.
A little slow getting up. Don't know who's down right now. Ridenhour is going to go take his place. This may not sound good, but at least he's moving.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's
kind of rolling and moving, so you know something's
hurting.
But
well, we got a minute, Coach. I'll go ahead and give a shout-out to the Mount Pleasant Middle School team who won the county championships earlier this week. They beat Whitthorne in a 38-6. We had the opportunity to call a Mount Pleasant game a couple weeks ago where they beat Spring Hill Middle and advanced to that championship game. So the pipeline here at Mount Pleasant is good, and you have a championship-winning program down there, and those 8th graders will work their way up next year, of course, and provide a little spark here for the Mount Pleasant High School Tigers.
Start building the depth, start building that the program. That's kind of what Coach Hartsfield's wanting to do, is build a program, not just have certain players there for a little while. You want to start building a program and start developing. Yeah. Looks like the injury is going to take a little longer than we originally thought, so we're going to take an injury timeout here. It is Mount Pleasant 0, DCA 41. You're listening to the Kennedy Sports Broadcasting Network. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hello, I'm Rick Whitley.
And I'm Daniel Pollard from Jones & Lang Sporting Goods. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the many years of support. Since 1966, Jones & Lang has been locally owned and operated and supplying teams from T-ball to college. Stop by and see what we can do for you. We offer a wide variety of services from silk screening and embroidery to our custom trophy and awards department.
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to noon. Remember, Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
Be a bad man, yes you do. Do you want to taste sweet salvation underneath the summer moon? Do you need another hand now? Yes you do. Go see Miss Josie down on Columbus Avenue. Alright, Columbus Avenue.
And we're back. The injured player for Mount Pleasant is Jalen McClure, number 1, moving really, really slow with some help from the coaching staff.
Seems holding his abdomen area.
Yeah, it's kind of maybe got a shot in the ribs or a shoulder or something. Came down a little funny on him right there. Hopefully, it'll be just a bruised situation that he'll be able to heal.
We got 3rd down here, Coach.
3rd and about 6. And again, referees to stop. Okay, referees hadn't blown the ball into play yet. But now the clock's rolling again. So now again, 3rd and 6. Jacob Wyrick is at quarterback now for DCA.
Number 13, yeah.
Okay, 13. I'm sorry. No, that's kindergarten.
No, did I read the number wrong?
Yeah.
What is it, 12?
Okay, number 5 carries the ball as he has since he's been in the game, Riley Biddle. And so now it's going to be 4th down and about 7. And now they're going to bring in the field goal unit.
I thought they might want to get some work on that. That
Yeah.
can pay off in the playoffs, and this kicker has a good leg, so I'm not
the ball's
surprised.
at about the 13, so you add about another 6 or 7 to that. He's going to set the ball down at about the 18, 19-yard line, so it's going to be a 29-yard attempt.
He struck it really well on these extra points so far, so I wouldn't be surprised if he can kick it through, but we'll see. Good snap, good hold, kick.
And kick is plenty of distance, and it's through.
Give him 3.
And so with 1:25 in the third left in the third quarter, DCA increases their lead 44-0 over the Mount Pleasant Tigers. I think we'll just stay right here. And, your tough situation here, this is the one of the things you're worried about as a coach in these types of games is getting people hurt.
Yeah, you said it
down the
immediately
road.
that you were wondering who was hurt, and he's in physical pain here on the sideline. We're able to witness that, but hopefully he's all right. He gets a little extra time to heal up on our bye week.
Yeah, fortunately we do have a bye week, and we hope it's just a bruised situation. Looks like he's working on his upper right side there. Got a great training staff here, and they do a really good job taking care of our ball players.
Ben Turner at work down there.
So.
And, one of the first stops he made when he came back, too, was to make sure that McClure's granny was aware of what was going on, which is a good staff. It really shows a lot.
So on the kickoff, kick it deep. Gets a seam to the right side. McClure gives him a lead block right there, but he can't get around everybody else.
He's hunting for that edge.
Yeah, he's hunting for that edge. Couldn't quite get there. Carter Dunn receiving that kick right there. Gets it out to about the 30-yard line, so about a 15, 20-yard return. Going to give Mount Pleasant the ball.
Fourth quarter.
And the third quarter has run out. And they're going to switch sides of the field, and we're going to get a chance to listen to one more of our sponsors again here in this break. Again, starting the fourth quarter, DCA 44, Mount Pleasant 0. You're listening to the Kennedy Sports Network.
Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Delicious food and amazing service at an affordable price. Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Located off of Nashville Highway in Neapolis, near Spring Hill High School. 2504 Care Lane. Authentic Mexican cuisine. Full menu. Family dine-in. Takeout. Delivery. Offering the best cocktails in the area. On the rocks or frozen, pair your meal with our famous margarita. Don't forget, Mezcal Cochina Mexicana for your next meal. Check us out on Facebook. Visit Mezcal Cochina Mexicana today. Proud supporters of the Front Porch Sports Network.
And we're back here for the beginning of the fourth quarter. 1st and 10, Mount Pleasant at their own 30-yard line.
Flag.
Got a flag in the backfield in place. It's usually called for holding, and number 52 from Mount Pleasant beating himself up. And unfortunately, that number's not on our list either.
57.
57? Okay,
yes,
all right.
sir.
I didn't see the. So 57 right there is Micah Hodison.
He cares, and that shows you he cares. He's a great young man, and he cares. He's still playing hard.
But unfortunately, that puts us behind the sticks again, 1st and 20.
Start the drive, yeah. It's happened a few times tonight.
Got Braden Parrish in the backfield with John Michael, the quarterback. Play action, looks for the slant inside and throws it late.
That double clutch just on a
double
slant,
clutch is
that's hard.
On a slant, you got to throw that on timing or throw it away. And He's trying to let him get across, and on a slant pass, you're about to get your receiver lit up.
Yeah,
getting it too late to him right there.
Highly competitive game.
Yeah.
You get lit up on that one. That's against a Summertown team or something. You're going to get your clock claimed over the middle.
So 2nd and 20. Quick motion, crack back block, and
good cut.
Good cut right there. Parrish running hard and gets about 6-7 yards, or no, actually gets about 10-15 yards. It's going to end up being 3rd and about 6. Got a player down for DCA. I'm really kind of surprised right there we didn't get called for an illegal crackback block.
You called it. You called it, yeah. You called it.
The little short motion right there comes across, and he didn't lead with his hands as the rules state, but the referees decided not to call it this time. So we have an injury timeout. We're going to hear from some of our sponsors, and while we see who's down, well, hold on a second. Looks like they're getting ready to bring him up here a little bit. Number 12, that's Dominic Davis for DCA. Trots off under his own power, so probably just got the air knocked out of him on the block. So
glad he's up and off the field.
So now 3rd and manageable. It's 3rd and 5 from the Mount Pleasant 35-yard line. Got 2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Single setback. Braden Parrish behind John Michael.
Come on, got to get those snaps up.
And he tries to throw it deep, and it's short. He just, you can see it come off his hand the way the ball was flying. It didn't come off his hand right. Jakari had a step on him. Again, late throwing the ball and couldn't get his hands on it completely. And the DCA player picks it off.
Yeah, those long passes just haven't worked for us. He's not getting the distance behind him.
Well, he's throwing late is one of the things. He's holding the ball too long.
Let's get some serious air time underneath them, but not quite the distance.
And, again, the dew situation, the ball skipped on the ground coming back to him, so it was a little bit wet when he picked it up. And he just couldn't get the throw on it that he wanted to. 2 receivers right. Handoff to Biddle. And again, I was going to say, that's technically an illegal block right there.
Blindside block,
and
right?
I can't believe the umpire that was right there in front of it didn't call it. It took the side judge over here from the side.
It's not the side judge's, domain, so to speak, but, it was clear as day.
Yeah, you're not allowed to come back towards your own goal line and hit on
you'll get someone really hurt that way.
That's it's technically an illegal crackback block.
He was looking right at it, too, and he didn't call it.
Yeah, I don't understand why the umpire didn't call that.
I guess the side judge probably had the same angle, similar angle that we did, and it was just so apparent from our angle.
And possibly the umpire was looking deeper into the line and just
40.
Looked over it or something, but I don't know.
It looked like 40 was going to catch him.
That puts it's a spot foul, 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and the foul was about 6 or 7 yards. So now it's 1st and 25 for DCA.
Clock continues to roll.
Again, number 5, we get good pursuit right there from Carter Dunn coming up from his safety spot, sees the sweep, and runs the alley, what we call runs the alley right there, and meets him. And again, he tries to cut back up inside of him and slips. So now it's going to be 2nd and roughly
same
25.
distance,
about the same distance. Dominic Davis at quarterback.
Glad to see he's back in the game.
And this time the Mount Pleasant defense catches up with Biddle. is able to make the play in the backfield. Led by Braden Parrish. Got the first contact, and then several Tigers were able to come in and assist him on that. So now it's going to be 3rd and 27. Just don't want to let this young man get to the edge, because I don't know that we got anybody that can catch him.
Yeah.
If you don't let him turn the corner, then his speed doesn't become a factor.
No urgency from DCA.
Still have a lot of our players, a lot of our starters still out there.
Yeah, it was Carter Dunn making a play a couple of plays ago, and he's a starter.
So a timeout being called here with 6 minutes and 14 seconds left in the game.
3rd and a mile.
Yeah, we'll just stay right here for a little bit. And again, you're trying to make something positive out of this, and you're getting a little bit of traction from your defense here. But this is a chance for the young guys to shine when they get the chance. And I have a feeling Coach Hartsfield is going to start working players in.
And if you look at the huddle right now, you see Coach Ned Rich, a longtime coach here at Mount Pleasant, go from lineman to lineman, coaching them up, still giving it all he has, telling them what to do. They're going through techniques there, right there. We got it zoomed in on the huddle. He's still coaching hard. They're all coaching hard.
Yeah.
Teach them.
I've seen an awful lot of clean jerseys coming out there, or not a lot, but a few clean jerseys coming out there. Got Bo Stevens.
It's not the safeties. Those guys have been working tonight.
So 3rd and a long ways.
Yeah. You said Williamson County earlier.
This time he does get to the edge. Dodges with the first tackler and is able to get upfield a little bit further.
We got
brought down by Easton Plunkett.
Tiger down.
And again, this is where attrition starts. You've been working hard at it, and you're in a situation now where you're kind of letting up, and you can't. You just can't let up, because that's when you get sideswiped or you get something like that. And so can't get a number here.
It's right below us. It's 20-something. It looks like, but I just can't read it.
Not sure. It may be Braden Parrish, but I'm not.
No, I'm looking. I see 23 right in front of me.
Okay.
It's kind of an order of elimination.
Yeah.
I hate to
Checking
do that,
numbers.
but yeah. He was the first one I thought of, and then I found 23. So maybe
looked like on the dodge right there, he might have slipped and fallen down funny on his shoulder a little bit.
It's one of our safeties.
Yeah, they're going to help him up.
Is it Dunn or Holt?
Trying to.
22.
22, so that's going to be Carter Dunn.
Yeah. He's played hard today. He's had a lot of action because a lot of things have gotten to the secondary. He's chased people down, and he's running all over the field.
So we're
4th and 10, 11? Yeah, 4th and 11.
Yeah, 4th and 11.
And they're punting.
I think this is their first punt.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Punter didn't get a whole lot of – let's see what leg he has on him.
Caught by Jalen Smith, tackled immediately there by number 59 for DCA, Wyatt Gray. So Mount Pleasant had the ball 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Sure would like to get on the board.
5 minutes and 15 seconds. Again, we've got a running clock, so this second half is going to happen fast.
Yeah, it really has to know. I mean, we're nearing the end of this game. The second half has flown by with the running clock, but I would like our offense to get in the end zone.
We need to have some success moving the ball down the field somewhere. Even if we don't completely get a score, we need to move the ball. Parrish gets the ball, gets around the edge, is able to get a good gain, and gets out to about the 48, 49-yard line. It's going to be close to a first down. I think it is.
They're moving it.
The side judge is going to go ahead and move it.
There was some indecision there. He put the hand out, about to wave him, and we were both like.
So, 1st and 10, Mount Pleasant. Best running play of the night, I think.
Hey, every time Parrish gets the ball, he runs hard. He's a downhill. He makes a one cut and goes.
He just doesn't have a whole lot of lead in his britches. So.
No. He's only a sophomore. Maybe he'll get the lead.
But he runs hard. You're right. He hits the hole hard.
Yeah.
And again, takes the ball up the middle. It's Parrish again. Running with some authority. Gets about a 5-6 yard gain right up the middle of the field. Again, DCA substituting freely now. Got 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. Mount Pleasant trying to gain some success here towards the end of this game. Try to make some things happen.
Win some of these snaps.
Again, Parrish gets the ball coming to the left side this time. Tries to break a tackle, not able to. Number 80 for DCA, Caden Woods makes the tackle.
It was a good tackle.
It's going to be 3rd and 1 at the DCA 43-yard line.
We're having some success running the ball finally but we're running out of time.
Yeah. And again, albeit not against the DCA starting defense, but again,
I wasn't going to point it out. I wasn't going to point it out.
Again, you got to be realistic about this. You want some success. You want to end up with a good feeling and
first down.
And get the first down here. Parrish again running hard.
And he's just a sophomore himself. I mean, we just mentioned it, but he hasn't been playing for years.
The stable looks good.
Yeah.
And both coming up from the middle school and the young guys we have here. And a lot of young guys on the front. Just got to get things to gel a little bit.
We sure haven't seen a whole lot from JP tonight. He's lining up there in slot receiver position. I'm surprised we haven't seen him more at quarterback. I know there was some communication
We had
issues.
some success with him running off tackle, and we just got away from it. And pass over. Oh, Jakari. Is that Jakari?
It's 20.
Yep, 20, excuse me. That's
Jakari.
Yeah, Jakari McClure. Had a seam up the middle.
I thought we had it.
And almost was able to put it into passes just a little bit high. He wasn't able to pull it down. Good effort there. So now 2nd and 10 with 1:25 and counting left in the game. Again, DCA in total command of this game from the get-go. Play action, a little quick pop to Easterling. Got Easterling on the edge, and it's a foot race to the end zone, and Easterling is able to get in. With 1 minute left in the game, Easterling is able to find the end zone for Mount Pleasant.
And we're taking a look at it right now, Coach. It was just like a little, not much of a pass at all, just a couple yards out, and then he just hits it in afterburners. No one catches him up the sideline. Touchdown, Tigers.
Looked like an RPO right there, and the linebacker comes up to take the running play. He pulls it and hits the little pass. What you do on the RPO is you make that play. If the linebacker comes up, you run the pattern right where he left.
So, yeah, you find a little space in the middle right there,
right where he left from, and you pop it and then see what your running back can do from there, or your receiver can do from there. So
I think it was important to get on the board here.
Yes.
I wanted to get on the board.
Important.
They got on the board.
They got on the board. Going to go for 2.
John Michael at quarterback.
The low snap.
Gosh darn it.
And
just get on it.
So the 2-point conversion is no good. So with 1 minute left in the game, Mount Pleasant gets on the board on a nifty little RPO play from John Michael Wright to JP Easterling, and he's able to get around the edge of the defense and avoid the shutout. So with 1 minute left in game, it's DCA 44, Mount Pleasant 6. And again, this game's going to be moving pretty quickly. So
well, 60
we're going to
seconds.
stay here. Yeah, we're going to stay here for this and give some of our sponsors. We'll play a few of our sponsors once the game ends, and then we'll close everything out. But again, it's one of those nights.
Yeah, those snaps are just a part of the overall night. But it'll our starting center Logan Pinkerton, he is out tonight.
Yeah,
and you can see it. You can see it.
But again, it wasn't just the snaps
No.
tonight. And
Small part, really.
They we were just we played a team that right now is better than us, and that's nothing to hang your head about going up against a team like this. Again, this is what makes you a little bit tougher for the playoffs if you grow from it. Now you got to, again, the players are going to have to respond correctly to this. Good kick. Good kick there. He's picked
Go
it
get
up.
it.
And almost get the chance. Whoa. Got a little bit extra back here going on.
53. He was kind of standing over him. I mean, come on, man. The scoreboard is what it is. But come on, brother. Is that Howell?
Yeah,
it was Howell. He was giving him maybe a little frustration.
Yeah. Well, I think the young player for DCA was trying to make an impression, and Howell's kind of like, not this time.
We just kind of look up and we see, that's going
right,
to do it, Coach.
That's going to be the end of the game. So the clock's going to run down here. The teams are lining up for the handshake. Again, one of those nights, and basically that's what you got to do as a coaching staff. What you do as a team, you chalk it up to one of those nights. Hopefully you learn something about yourself. And what we're going to find out here in the next couple of weeks is how do we respond. We've had two tough weeks. After 5 weeks of some success and stuff like that, we've run into a couple of tough weeks, and we're having to really find out just what we're about.
Yeah, see what you're made of.
We want to thank everybody for listening, and we thank our sponsors. This game got through quicker than we thought it was going to, as far as getting everybody in and stuff like that. So a bye week next week, so we will not be on the air next Friday night. It's fall break for Mount Pleasant High School, and again, how Coach Hartsfield was able to get an open date on fall break, I don't know, but hats off to him.
That's
for
a
doing
win.
That.
That's a win. Yeah.
So, and then when we come back, we have 3 very, very important games.
Crucial
games. So again, get a chance to get some healed up a little bit and stuff like that. So player of the game, kind of tough in these circumstances to kind of pick one out. I think though Braden Parrish had a pretty good night running the ball, run hard, and gave us a little bit of a spark right there. And I think he can, we can put him up there for the player of the game this time around. Both sides of the ball.
Absolutely.
And led some tackles there and stuff. So congratulations to him in a tough game to win to get that award. But it's been one of those nights.
Absolutely.
And so
you got to learn from it, come back stronger. I mean,
heal up a little bit, go back, heal up, rest up a little bit, get yourself recentered. Take this bye week and use it to get healthy, both mentally and physically, and come back to make these last 3 games in the season. They're very, very important games because we want the season to keep on going after these last 3 games. That's going to be those 3 games are going to be critical for that.
We can turn it around. We just got to.
We still have everything. Still everything under our control. If our destiny is in our hands, so we've just got to go out and win these games and stuff like that. So, hope you have a good week next week on fall break, and we will see you in 2 weeks. But for the Kennedy Sports Broadcasting Network, this is Mike Lyle and Seth Campbell. We will see you in 2 weeks. So long, everybody.